Hello everybody, welcome back to another video, and today I'm doing the first episode of Let's Improve the Biome, and this episode is the jungle. And this data pack was chosen by my community, so join the Discord server if you'd like to vote for data packs like this one. And before we get started, please sub and like, because it would really help out a lot. Without any further ado, let's get started. So I'm just going to cover generally what I've changed to spawning, and then we'll go through each of the custom mobs. So we have Overgrown, Treant, only above ground, Cave Spider, Creeper, Enderman, Silverfish, and Skeletons can spawn underground. Alright, and for passive mobs we have Ocelot, Capybara, Chicken, Monkey, Parrot, Panda, and Wild Bumbo. Alright, so let's get started. We can go over to the jungle right now. And the first mob will be the Overgrown, and if we fly underground... Alright, so you can see we're underground now, and a few of them are spawning. If we go and fight one, let's see, there's one in this area. Oh, yep, there's two. So we go game mode survival. These are very similar to normal zombies, except they just apply poison. Alright, and then their loot table, we can just go loot, give, at us, loot, Overgrown, and you can see what they drop. Alright, that's a good example. Most of the time they drop rotten flesh, but they also drop a lot of sticks, clay, and then they drop a few clay balls, jungle saplings, and then poisoned land. And the poisoned land is sort of like a splash potion, because you can throw it to inflict blindness on the first target, and then poison on the rest of them. Alright, the next mob is the Treant, and you might have seen this one right when we got here, but this is a neutral mob. And if we go into survival mode, you're going to see he's pretty much just going to come after me. And he does a lot of damage. Alright, so they have 40 health, and they have this sort of, I guess, reputation system, where whenever... Alright, so your reputation starts at 0, and if it's 0 or lower, then they will be hostile toward you. And then each time you plant a sapling, you gain reputation. And then each time you break a sapling, you lose reputation. But if they're hostile towards you, you pretty much have to die or get out of range so that they would either despawn or just can't see you anymore, that they will become neutral. So that means you can't just spam saplings to make them passive towards you. But if you do plant saplings, then they will become nice to you. So game mode survival. So you can see... Oh wow, we just got one shot. Probably got a crit, but... Jeez, calm down. Alright, so if we go down here, let's try to... Our stuff is but oak saplings. Game mode survival. So if we just plant a few saplings, and then they will still be hostile towards us because we didn't get out of range of them, but once we come back, because we built some reputation up, you can see they're no longer hostile. And this works with all saplings, but jungle saplings just offer more reputation because they spawn in the jungle. And they are hostile to other mobs too, so if I spawn in Enderman, sure, alright. So I'll show it off with some Endermen. If we spawn a few Endermen in, you can see that the Ent will go and attack them. And it's pretty strong. So if you're nice and plant saplings, then you'll sort of, your jungles will have not that many hostile mobs at night because the Ents can clear them up. And then, but if you're not nice to them, you'll have a big Ent problem, which is not good, or Treant problem. Excuse me. And another feature is about every day or so, an Ent, if they can, will, or a Treant, if they can, will plant a sapling. So you can see there's a few saplings there. And this means that if you, let's say you burn down a jungle or something, that they can slowly plant it back. So let's see. Over here, I burnt down a part of the jungle, and you can see there's no jungle trees, but the Ents have been slowly planting trees everywhere, and it's only the oak kind. They plant oak saplings, but you can see they're slowly building back up the jungle, and this means that over like a few days, if you play for a few days, you might almost have a like they might bring back the jungle, and then if you try to clear out any of the saplings, you'll make the ends more angry and they'll all come and beat you up. And now time for the passive mobs. The first one we'll start off with is the Capybara, and they spawn, I wouldn't say too frequently because passive mobs in general spawn not as much in jungles, but they're the most common, I guess, I don't know. Yeah, they're the most common passive mob either in the jungle, especially near the coasts. And this is the Capybara, so if we do /function Capybara summon, and there we go, we have a Capybara. And let's show off their abilities. So first off, you can notice all mobs get weakness 8 nearby them. This is supposed to represent how they're kind of friends with everyone, so you can't really hurt a Capybara when you're next to them. And then the second feature is that if you take damage, for example, and then you decide to feed a Capybara, instead of it breeding, it will just give you a little bit bonus healing. And this means that you can kill capybaras at range, and they don't drop anything, so it's kind of not a great idea, but let's just spawn one again. Capybara summon. You can see you can lure them with carrots. So this means if you're like an archer, for example, you can have a capybara. Let's see, where's the end? Where'd the end go? Oh well, it despawned, but you could almost like bring a capybara with you to fight, so that melee mobs can't do any damage to you if you have a bow. The next mob is sort of a reference from Hermitcraft, but you can go function Bumbo, and it'll spawn in the Bumbo Baggin skin, and basically it's sort of like a wandering trader that only spawns in the jungle. I mean, wandering traders still do spawn, but it only has one trade, and you can probably see where I'm going with this, but you can trade 12 bamboo for 1 diamond once, and then that's it. And they're pretty much useless other than that. Alright, the next mob, and the final mob on our list is a monkey. So if we go over here, the monkey is the last mob, and you can see they're holding, when a monkey spawns in, they hold up a golden apple with their tail, and they are neutral, so that means that if you attack one, they will attack you, but they are very weak, so if we attack this one, you can see that it does like half a heart, and only has 6 hearts, so you can pretty much beat it with your fists. And then when it dies, it doesn't drop anything, it just drops, the only thing it can drop is whatever its tail's holding. Alright, but then if we give ourselves a wooden sword, for example, and we drop it, like any item, it generally only picks up gear, but you can see it gave you the golden apple, so you don't have to kill it, and then it just picks up the wooden sword. So this basically means that they will steal your stuff if it's dropped on the ground. So let's say you had a diamond sword and then you drop it, and it's right nearby. You can see they will swap out the better weapon for a worse weapon. And then this is kind of bad, because then if you try to get it back, all of a sudden they have a diamond sword, which does a lot more damage. Alright, that is the starter pack. Thanks for watching. And the download will be in the description as always. Bye!